Hello, 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 my friends. Kaitlyn here, and we're going to talk about feeling ugly again. So in 2013, I uploaded a little video on feeling ugly and how beauty ideals influence us, and I never expected it to be as popular as it was, or to cause so much controversy. So in that video, I was specifically talking to girls and talking about how inner beauty, aka loving yourself for who you are, is more important than your physical beauty. That doesn't mean guys don't feel ugly too, and it doesn't mean that people don't care at all about physical beauty. So I've had more time to think, and I've read so many of your comments, which has given me new thoughts and new advice. First, the way you physically look is really important to many people, but don't let this discourage you. So unfortunately, the only person that you can change is you, but know that deep down, really what has to happen is you have to have respect for yourself. And other people may not, and that's unfortunate, but it really starts, and what's important is having that respect and love for you. Number two, we as a society don't talk enough about guys' experience of feeling ugly. So for girls, one of the remedies of feeling ugly that's thrown out there to us is wearing makeup. Now, whether or not that's a good thing, I think makeup is good and can also be bad at the same time. You gotta find a nice in-between, and you still gotta love yourself. But for guys, they don't really have that much of an option with makeup because makeup is seen as very feminine, and the guys who do amazing things with makeup, especially on YouTube and out in the world, tend to be criticized for it and told all kinds of horrible things about it. And also, we focus a lot on how society says women are supposed to look and what's on magazine covers. And though there are not as many magazine covers, I would say, with, the ideal man on it, they are out there. And they're certainly on television, on Instagram, and, like, what if you don't have muscles? Or what if you're overweight? Or what if you have acne? Which are totally normal things to have as a human being and a guy. What do you do if you have those when you're seeing all these images like this? Now, the third thing is that you are actually in control of some of your beauty factor. So I had a really great comment from Paul, who was talking about how he sort of changed his physical appearance. So for a long time he had really long hair and he felt like girls were like kind of standoffish from him, but then he cut his hair really short. He was just like doing this for himself and being like, oh, maybe the long hair is like, yeah, I just need to get rid of it. So he changed his physical appearance just a little bit, and suddenly he had women approaching him and seeming to be attracted to him, and he's like, what happened? And I thought that was a really great illustration of one of the practical things that you can do when you feel ugly. I make videos, and a lot of people make videos where you're just like, you have to love yourself, which is true. That's the most important thing, is that loving and respecting yourself for who you are, the way you look, that's what's very, very important. But that doesn't mean that the way you dress or how you groom yourself can't change with time and can't change with how you see others reacting to you. There are things that make you look kind of funny. Like when I was in 6th grade, I had this like bob that came right here and it made my face look very round and fat and just not very attractive. I learned from that experience that I should never cut my hair in that haircut again because I didn't like it. I don't think other people thought it was very attractive. But then there's also the fact that I really like bright lipstick. And I've also had men tell me that they don't think bright lipstick is very attractive. But you know what? I don't care because I really like it. So what it comes down to is finding this balance between, grooming yourself in a good way, wearing like pants that actually fit you and they're not saggy or baggy or too small and give you love handles. Or, like shaving so you don't have like facial hair in weird places, getting regular haircuts, remembering to bathe and wash your hair and body and all that stuff so you smell nice, and washing your face every day. That does prevent acne. It's very important. You think it's not, but it is. So a balance between that physical stuff and then doing what makes you happy. So if you want to wear like a nerdy t-shirt every day or bright lipstick like me, then do it because you love it. That doesn't matter if other people don't like it. And finally, the fourth point is that I stand by the idea that love is not based on physical beauty. Initial attraction or lust, yes. Long-term relationships, no. Also, people are attracted to different things, so don't count yourself out because of some sort of physical thing that you have, whether it's like small boobs or a big nose or you're overweight, and say like, no one's gonna like me because of that. You can't do that because to someone, it doesn't matter at all, or maybe they even find that attractive. Parker has said a lot that he has a big nose, and that never occurred to me when we first met and started dating. Like, that's, I mean, I still don't even think it now, but for some reason he's like, yeah, my nose is really big and not very attractive, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But I will say, as always, that personality is what is most attractive to people. Maybe they'll see you physically and be like, yes, but what is going to actually make a real relationship is the personality, the person that you are. And most important and relevant to this is that people can tell when you don't like yourself and you don't believe you're worthy of being dated or loved. And so they're not gonna find you worthy either. So confidence is key. So here we are, 4 years later, after When You Feel Ugly went out into the world, and some of my ideas and advice have changed a little bit, but mostly what deep down is going on is still the same, which is that you have to love yourself the way that you are. And other people will see that and find it attractive. So for today's question, I thought maybe we could talk a little bit in the comments about what questions do you have about maybe dress or grooming or makeup or like building your personality, whether I make, you know, I might make videos about them, or we could just sort of talk about it in the comments if it's a simpler question. Plus remember that you can hang out with me on these other social media sites. Instagram is my favorite. Come hang out with me and my cat and my coloring projects. I hope this video gave you some hope and made you smile, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.